Hello Flosstube, it's Nicole and welcome back to my channel. Excuse me, it is Sunday, May 14th, 2023. To everyone celebrating Mother's Day today, happy Mother's Day. For anyone that this is a super hard day for, and I know there are a lot of you, I just want to say that I'm thinking about you, and hopefully this can be a bit of happy in your day. Maybe take your mind off things a little bit and stitch and enjoy and just celebrate the day in a way that is happy for you. That being said, I want to thank everyone for coming back for another video. This is Flosstube 45. We are on our way to 50, everybody. I also want to thank everyone who has taken the time to subscribe to my channel. We are getting closer and closer to 100K. Close enough that I have actually started making out my lists of prizes, reaching out to see if people will donate prizes, and kind of celebrating what I want to do when we reach that milestone. So thank you, everyone. And I know a lot of you watch card making as well. There will be a whole separate celebration for that. So celebrations for both. You're more than welcome to come to both. So thank you, everyone, for subscribing, liking the videos, commenting, and just being a part of this very warm and wonderful community. I appreciate you all so much. I also want to say thank you for the condolences on the loss of my grandfather. I appreciate all of the warm words and thoughts and prayers and even some cards that have been sent to me. It means the world to me, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's see. Timestamps are always listed below. This makes it easy. Like if you don't have a ton of time and you need to skip ahead and you want to look and see who won the giveaways, or maybe you're coming back and you want to go back to the quilting section and see what I said about something, or the haul section because you missed something and you want to look into getting a certain pattern or fabric or whatever it might be. I always list those timestamps below. Hopefully that is a help for everyone, including me, when I have to go back and look for something, which happens. I also take a ton of time every week, and I link patterns, supplies, Instagram accounts, other channels. I try to list all of that stuff down below. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I miss things. So if I am missing it, definitely reach out, but always check the description box because I try to be as thorough as possible to make it really easy for you guys. Okay, with that being said, I have a ton of Q&A today. A lot of questions about the project bag I shared last week. So we have Q&A. I want to share my Stitch Mania progress. I have a little bit of quilting project bags that I have worked on. I am going to announce my Flossiversary SAL. My Flossiversary is May 17th. I am not going to start the SAL on that date. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. I know there's probably a little confusion about that. That does not give anyone enough time to gather supplies. The SAL will start in June. And I have a lot of fun things planned for it, so stay tuned a little bit later in the video. I'm going to talk about all of that and we'll share more details then. And then I am going to do a few giveaways today. I also have haul and some stitchy mail. I have a lot to share. Remember, last week I have changed up my giveaways, so I am going to offer more giveaways this week. However, I won't announce winners. I am giving you a little bit longer time to leave a comment on last week's video, so those winners will be announced in next week's Flosstube. So hopefully that just allows everyone, I know it wasn't giving you enough days to leave comments if you were interested in one of the giveaways. And so I think the little bit longer time If you can't watch this video on Sunday, no worries, or even Monday or Tuesday. That gives you a whole week and a weekend to be, like a week and a half is what it's about going to give you to watch the video, comment if you want to give away. And as always, if you don't want to give away, but you just want to interact and chat with me, I love reading your comments. So that is totally great. Probably going to mention this now. I do have a monetized channel. So there were actually a couple of comments in the previous Flosstube, and I was going to mention them last week, and I opted not to. Every once in a while, I feel like I need to just maybe pop in and let you guys know, because my channel is monetized, because I am not going to change that, and some of you might be brand new. So I am going to share that. If you leave a comment talking about how much you dislike the ads, and that is all you've said, I will let you know that I am going to respond to you, but I will be deleting that comment. Just to not further, I don't want to leave it out there. This is a warm and wonderful community, and I want to keep it that way. So I will let you know my reasoning for monetizing my channel and the reason there are ads, but I will be deleting the comment. I don't want you to be surprised. I don't want you to be like, where's my comment? I don't want there to be any further discussion from others on those particular comments. So I want to put that out there up front. I do have a monetized channel. And the reason I have a monetized channel is because I am a full-time YouTube content creator. Now, the majority of my work is paper crafting. However, because I have opted to share my Flosstube and my cross stitch and my quilting and the tutorials and all of that here on the same channel, and no, I'm not going to create another channel. I have had that request as well. It is all here for a reason, because many of us love many different types of crafts. If you don't, that's totally fine. I have a whole playlist just for Flosstube, which makes it very easy just to watch the kind of content that you particularly like. Now, the reason my channel is monetized is because equipment, that goes computer, that's editing equipment, lighting, microphones, and my time. It helps offset the costs. It does not cover the costs of creating content, but it does help with some of that. And also for the cost of mailing out giveaways. I do not ask for anyone to give me money to mail out giveaways, nor will I ever, but it does help with that. So my channel is monetized. That means there are ads. Now, with the ads, I actually have the buttons, or the check boxes, I guess, if you will, all set. They are the same on every video I upload, whether it is Flosstube or card making or whatever here on my channel. It is automatic. It is automatic. It's the button for monetized is automatic, and when I upload, it uploads. Sometimes there might be a lot of ads, sometimes there might not. I watched a recent Flosstube from a favorite channel that I like to watch, and I had noticed that a video of theirs a week or so ago had a lot of ads. I skip. I know maybe that can be irritating, but also know that you are supporting them by watching the ads. So sometimes I use that to, go get a drink, go get a snack, take my dogs outside, change into my comfy clothes, whatever it might be. I use my ads like I would on TV, where when the ad comes on regular TV, I just go and do something else real quick, load the dishwasher. I mean, whatever. Or sometimes I just click the skip button. So just know that you're supporting your favorite content creators with these ads. It is just a small thing you can do. You're getting this content for free on YouTube. It's not a paid subscription or anything like that. Now, YouTube does offer, if you don't like the ads and you want to not see any ads for monetized channels, You can subscribe to YouTube Premium. I don't exactly know how much that is a month. Like I said, I don't have it, but I do know several YouTubers who do buy that so they don't have to watch the ads. So that is an option as well. When you say things like other floss tubers don't have ads, there probably are a few who don't. And that is fine. That is a personal choice. And it depends on a couple things. They may not have enough subscribers or enough viewer hours yet to be monetized, so that might be coming in the future. Or they may have opted not to do it, which is totally your choice. This is my full-time job. I am the sole breadwinner for my family. And so I do appreciate your understanding in this, and I try not to talk about this a lot. I do get these comments not more often. I don't get them that often. I've had a few here recently. So I just wanted to mention that right off the bat, and I want to thank everyone for understanding, and I want to thank you guys for, again, just being here. Okay, let's jump into Q&A. Okay, I did have a comment saying they wished I would sell the project bag that I shared last week. And I'm just going to nix that right up front. I do not have the time to do that. I have a full-time job and I do this, and really it's like a second job sometimes. I don't have time to make the project bags and sell them. That being said, please check Instagram, check Facebook, check Etsy. There are so many amazing project bag makers out there who do this as a job. So I would highly suggest watch your favorite floss tubers. A couple of my good friends, Jessica the Sweetwater Stitcher and Chantal, actually both talk about project bags a lot in their floss tube videos, and they mention who they get their bags from. So that is a great resource. In fact, Chantal has an entire video, which I'm going to link below, which shows a ton of different project bags that she has purchased from sellers, and she talks about where she got them, and I think maybe there's even links to their sites and shops. So that is a great resource. And lots of other floss tubers mention where they get their bags as well. So I wanted to mention that. That being said, I know that it's fun, and if you have followed me for card making, I make the pull down zipper bags for marker storage out of fabric, and I do those as a charity. A lot of times if I'm teaching at an online event, I will offer those as a prize. Basically, it's not a prize. It's an online charity event where it's like a silent auction and you can bid on it. And it's amazing. People are so generous. And that is how, that's really the only way you can get a bag from me. Either that or like my bestest crafty buddies, they also get things from me. So gifts. And you guys are all my friends too. I just cannot make that many bags. And so what I'm going to do, and this kind of ties into another comment that I received. I am going to, when I reach 100K, you can expect quite a few of those types of giveaways from me, giving people an opportunity to win them. So I will have project bags. I will have like the stitch case, the Christine Sherman pattern stitch case. I will have some of those made as giveaways. You can't sell the stitch cases for one thing. But I'm not going to sell any of them. It will just be things that I offer as giveaways, as a celebration and thing like that. Now, Connie had such a fantastic suggestion. She said, have you considered making one of your beautiful bags and then doing a lottery for a charity for your subscribers? She goes, I know I would buy a ticket. You guys, that's kind of like the charity thing I do with classes, mostly with Hero Arts. And I know some of you probably take those classes. I thought that was brilliant. So yes, I am going to figure out how to do that. I especially want to do that. Like, I know I see it all the time on Facebook, and I've always thought about it, but for birthdays, they do like, please donate to these fundraisers. I would totally do that. So, not just for that either. I'm going to try to find some different occasions and things like that so that I could offer a few bags for charity where you know, either buy a ticket or something like that for a chance to win. I need to figure out how to do that. I'm going to visit with my pals and see if they can tell me if they know anything like that. If you guys know of a source for doing that easily, drop me a note, let me know. But yes, I would totally do that. I love, love, love that idea. And Connie, thank you for that. So that'll be a couple of opportunities to win bags and things like that from me. I hope that, I hope you all understand. Okay. Gail wanted to know where I get my labels that I put on my bags. Did I put one on this? Did I not? Oh, I bet I did. Let me show you this. Oh, yeah. So here's an example, and I guess you're getting a sneak peek that, yes, I sewed another project bag. This label is a Sweetwater label. Sweetwater is one of my favorite fabric designers. They design for Moda, and I love their fabric. But they have a label club, and I am subscribed to it, so I get customized labels every single month. I think I've shared them here, and then sometimes I forget. So I need to do better about that when I get them. But I have so many of them that I thought, why am I saving them just for quilts? I like them on my bags too. So yes, this is a fall themed one, and you're like, Nicole, aren't you like stitching summer and bees and gonna do patriotic? Yes! But you guys saw my fabric haul last week. Of course, all of the fall and Halloween fabric is dropping right now, and Christmas is right behind. So anyway, I have all those labels. It's Sweetwater Label Club. I do have a link below. I highly recommend them. You can also order more labels from them from their Etsy shop. So if you want like a sheet of personalized labels, you can go there. So fantastic. Highly, highly recommend them. These are just a few of the ladies that would love a project bag tutorial. Sheila, Cheryl, Kathleen, Karen, Linda, is it Idette? I'm probably saying your name wrong. I'm so sorry. Maybe I put it wrong in here. That is a possibility. Kim and Tracy want a project bag tutorial or a project bag like sew along. I got you. So stay tuned for the Flossiversary announcement a little bit later. Liberty, Buckeye, and Jay said they loved my shirt from last week, which had the cross-stitch heart on it. Cross-stitch heart. Cross-stitch rainbow. It's Benzie design. I did put a link below. I answered both of them and sent them the link, but I do have a link down in the description below if you'd like to get one as well. In fact, I just ordered the sweatshirt. You guys are gonna laugh. So I've ordered the t-shirt because Shari sent me the link months ago. By the way, Shari is the biggest enabler ever. For all my card makers, you know Shari. Shari from Lawn Fawn. She's amazing. Not only is she an amazing card maker, she is an amazing stitcher. And you know what? I'm going to just insert it right here in the video. She stitched this for a friend for her birthday. Is that not amazing? It's a hands-on design. And the friend loves the ocean and water and all of that thing. If you guys are card makers, it's Jen Shirkus. You know her. Anyway, but Shari is like my enabler. She's always like, look at this cute t-shirt. Look at this. Look at that. And she reminds me when things release. So she is the best. Because I forget, even when I set alarms. I don't know. Anyway, so Benzie Design. Highly recommend it. I did order the sweatshirt because I'm always cold. The air conditioning makes me cold. So like I step outside with the dogs and I'm like, oh, I'm dying. I come inside and I'm freezing cold. So I put a sweatshirt on. I wear sweatshirts like year round in the house. And then I go outside and I'm like, oh, I need a tank top. Anyway, funny. So speaking of cross stitch, this is really happy. I actually have a dress on today. I don't even know why. Well, I've never worn this. I've had it like a year or two. This is a Madewell dress. And I'd forgotten when I bought it. Well, there's a whole lot of this. It has cross stitching. It's all kinds of detail, and it's got it, the dress is long. So it's all over. Let me see if, see? It is awesome. Anyway, I was feeling kind of pretty today. I love the little cross stitch detail on there. So apparently I'm just going to wear cross stitch clothes now. Who knew? Okay, let's see. I think it's Joyanne. It's Joianne. If I said that wrong, let me know, but I love how your name's spelled. Can you tell me where to find the Halloween stitching from Fat Quarter Shop? I thought you said it starts in June and I can't find it. It does start in June. I am stitching along. Here is a picture of like the sneak peek. It's very cute. I will be stitching it. I am going to switch my fabric, I'm pretty sure, although the pistachio that they call for is awesome. And I love that they picked something different for that. So check this out. I have a link down below. You can get your thread pack, you can buy your fabric, and then it is free. So I can't remember exactly what day in June. I'll put it along the bottom of the screen here that it starts. So stay tuned because you will see that from me. Deborah, how do you pick fabric from the internet? If it's for a quilt, then is it good for a project bag? I use the same fabric I use for quilts for project bags, and I'm very picky. I'm going to tell you that straight up. I like good quality cotton quilting fabric. My favorite two companies are Moda and Riley Blake, which they're very, very big and very well known. And those are all, and probably because my favorite designers are for them. Now, I'm going to show you a project bag that was made with Timeless Treasures. There's Andover. There's lots of different fabrics. You want good quality quilting fabric. For years and years, I lived in rural Kansas and did not have access to a fabric store. I had Hobby Lobby. In fact, it's closed there now. And of course, now I have access to a lot more. But for years, 40 years, I lived in rural, 40 some years, I lived in rural Kansas. And I just didn't have anything other than Walmart. So that didn't work for me. And I found Fat Quarter Shop probably not long after they really got started and got going. So I've been ordering fabric off the internet for years. And for a while, I mean, I was like, oh, give it all to me, give it all to me. But I have really pared it down to, like I said, the companies and designers that I like the most. But Fat Quarter Shop is great. They're going to carry really, really great quality quilting fabric. There's lots of other stores. They are who I order from 99% of the time. So that's what you're going to hear me say. Just because their customer service is great. I feel like their quilting and cross stitch channels on YouTube are great. But I have ordered, in fact, I'll show you another project bag. And the only reason I ordered or I looked for another shop was because it isn't available at Fat Quarter Shop anymore. And of course, fabric lines, they're one and done for the most part. And because of that, because they're one and done, then you really, it's hard to find. So you'll have to look on like eBay or Etsy or wherever, like secondhand. And some shops will still, like brick and mortar shops will probably have it a little bit longer too if you have access to those. It just depends if you find a collection you like. Well, the collection I like is like Home is Where Your Honey Is by Timeless Treasures. For the bee, I showed you the stitch case that I made a while back. Well, I wanted more of that fabric because I'm working on something for some friends. And Shabby Fabrics. I have a link down below. That is where I've ordered from. I have really liked them as well. So that's another option. Okay. I lost my place. I have a lot of questions. Diane, do you use soft and stable between both the front and the back of the project bag? Yes. And I am going to go into more detail when I share my tutorial. But here is the back of the bag. So back of the bag, soft and stable lining. Front of the bag, I guess you're getting the sneak peek. The quilted design, so fabric, soft and stable lining. There's the lining on the inside so that it's perfectly encased. There's no raw edges anywhere. But again, I am going to do a full video tutorial for that. Julie. She said, how wonderful that you have a video of your grandpa recounting his experience in World War II. What a treasure. I think those types of videos are incredibly insightful and can teach us so much. Would you consider sharing the link? So I did send her the link. It is, it's just, I believe it's like the Eisenhower Foundation. So he lived in, my grandfather was living in Abilene at the time of his passing. At a home there. My aunt and uncle live there, and so do some of my cousins and their families. And my one cousin actually took him to the Eisenhower Foundation or set it up so that they could interview him. I will share the link down below. You're welcome to watch it. It's not like a super professional interview or anything of that nature, but I found it, of course, he's my grandfather, but I found it very enlightening and just very informative. He's extremely hard of hearing, so I mentioned that last week. So there are times that you can tell he didn't really understand what they were asking, and Jennifer had to probably tell him. But he recounted dates and times. So yes, if you want to watch it, it's about 20 minutes long. You're absolutely welcome to. It lives here on YouTube, so you're welcome to watch it if you would like. Patricia. Thinking of taking my concert t-shirts and making a quilt type wall hanging out of them. Any suggestions? Seems that soft and stable might be something I should use. Is there somewhere I can go to find out how to do this? I do not know about t-shirt quilts. I will say that when my daughter graduated high school about 4 years ago, she wanted a t-shirt quilt out of all of like her sports t-shirts and things, and I put them all together and I mailed them off and had somebody else do it. I am not an expert on t-shirt quilting. The stretchiness of the material is intimidating to me. I'm a cotton kind of girl for sewing, and I don't know about like the soft and stable or anything like that. So what I am asking, if any of you know anything about t-shirt quilting or doing it yourself, can you drop me a note and let me know, and then I can share that next week. Barbara asked what tutorial I'm using for my project bags, and I am not. I kind of used a mismatch of tutorials that I've either tried before, looked at before, watched before, and then I kind of came up with what I like. I would say it closely follows Fig Tree Quilt's tutorial that she just put on her channel. I had already kind of done one very similar, but she has a written tutorial on her blog, and I think I linked it last week, and I'll link it again below. It would be a good reference for that, but again, I am going to do a tutorial, and I'll just show you step by step what I do. I don't know if it's right or wrong. It's just what I do. So you can watch that when it drops. And that is it for Q&A this week. Shout outs. So I know I just mentioned it. The only little shout out I have this week, because this is going to be a long video, I can tell already, is that Fat Quarter Shop's Haunted Halloween Mystery Quilt and Stitch Along starts in June. So I am going to insert a graphic right here. If you would like to quilt or stitch along, I am not going to do the quilt along. I did the quilt along 2 years ago. I may bring that quilt out and show you guys because I love it, and it's still free. It's still a free video and download on Fat Quarter Shop. It's my favorite. I haven't decided. I may do parts and pieces of the quilt along and maybe do a pillow or something, or maybe a project bag. Might do that. We'll see. I need to look and see how big the quilt blocks are, but I don't think I'm going to do the full quilt. I am going to do the stitch along, and I think I might make some changes to it. So I'll let you guys know. That's always scary saying, and I might stitch it just as is. I haven't decided. Okay. So that is my only shout out. There is a link. And again, I mentioned before, the thread pack and all of that stuff is available now at Fat Quarter Shop, and I've got some links. Let's jump in to finishes. I have one finish this week. It's not FFO'd yet. I had wanted to, but you know, I sewed instead, so that's okay. So for Mania, this was one of my projects. This was just like the couple day project, but it really only took me one to finish. This is I Would Rather Be Stitchin' from Primrose Cottage. It was probably my favorite next to the North Pole release from Nashville Needlework Market release. And here is my finished stitch. And I did share this on Instagram this week. I stitched this on 25 count antique white Lugana 2 threads over 2 with the called for DMC. Mostly the called for. Unintentionally, I did not have color. .646. So I think I used I used 645. So 646 was supposed to be the top and bottom of the spool and the needle. I guess I didn't have it. I didn't pick it up. And I decided I didn't care. I'd already stitched the spool when I realized it, but I'm going to turn mine into a little pillow, probably pretty similar to this. I don't have those exact fabrics. I didn't buy the finishing kit for this one, but it'll be something like this. This 25 count antique white Lugana is what I've used for most of my bee stitching, well, all of it so far. So I've kind of kept it consistent. Super quick and easy. Highly recommend. Absolutely love this pattern. So that is my finish this week. Oh, and I oh man, that's what happens when you drop it on the floor. So, well, I'm going to fix this really quick because it's going to drive me crazy. This is the called for DMC, and I kind of keep all of it together. This has actually been, I think I had to maybe get a little bit more for a couple colors, but I've had this since I stitched Hive Rules and a couple of the others. But this is a cute little charm that my friend Barbara made. I know I shared it a little while back, and so I just put it on here. I loved how it just blinged up my bee stitching. And I'm going to keep this together because I have a few more bee things that I still want to stitch. So let's talk about whip progress. I only have one other whip to share with you. I have not got quite as far as I would like. So hopefully the rest of this week I will get a little bit more. This is my hands-on design. Year celebration continues. I want to finish, I'm going to do May, and I'm working on January though. So I want to get 2 of them done, and then I'll only have June, and then I have to go back and finish October and November. So hopefully I can get all of these done real soon. But I am working on January. It's stitching up quick. I am stitching this on 25 count Prim Lugana, 2 strands over 2 using Kimberly's colors. Here's my progress for January. I started the border, that bottom blue border I'd already done. I did the trees. I did my blue border up here and a little bit of the cardinals, and then I'm doing all of the white, and then I will do all of the accents on the snowmen, do the Smyrnas and anything else, and finish it off. But again, I love it. It is going to be gorgeous. If you're asking about that border, It is a free download from Hands On Design, and I do have a link for that down in the description if you want to stitch yours as one piece. I've seen stitching it as one piece, stitching it as individuals. It's amazing. I really love it. I'd love to get it finished and framed because it's something that could be up all year long. And as I mentioned, I am using Kimberly's colors. So this comes in the floss pack, and it's a nice floss conversion and tells you, you know, what the original color, the original color, and then what the new color is. Okay, because today is Mother's Day, well, it's not, but when you see it, it will be. I am going to have a Mother's Day start. I like to commemorate, you know, holidays or occasions with a new start. Even if it takes me a while to get it done, I will get there eventually. So I have chosen for my Mother's Day start a pattern I shared last week. And that is my first sampler. I mean, I know I've shared some samplers, or a sampler I did way back when, but this is going to be like my first sampler, I suppose. This is the Annie B's Channing Street. I love this. I did pick up all of the floss for it. I need to put the DMC on floss drops. It's a lot of DMC, and I did buy the DMC, and then there's 3 Gentle Arts colors. I got them both just so I could decide which I wanted to use. So look at those colors. Aren't they beautiful? And I am going to stitch mine on 36 count fiber on a whim parchment. I actually have 2 pieces of this. Someone, I'm not going to name names, accidentally ordered more than one, which is fine. I like having fabric in my stash. But I think this would be beautiful with that. I hope I like it. So that is my plan for Mother's Day start. And I'm really excited about this stitch. I think it's beautiful. I may even try to incorporate my kids' initials or something in it. I might not, depending on the day and if I'm mad at them. I'm just kidding. No. But anyway, I will have one more new start this week that I have to, well, I don't have to do anything, but I have to add this to my mania. And that is, I had not intended to do this, but Kathy of Hands On Design posted this on Instagram, and then she made it available in her shop. And it just so happens that my parents are celebrating 50 years of marriage later this month, which is an incredible accomplishment. And I saw this and had to get it. And not only do you get like the 50 and 25, let me see what else she has in here. I can't show you the actual chart, but you also get 20, 30, and 50 and 25. So absolutely amazing. I love this. I am going to make the 50, and I'm going to frame it and get it sent off. So I don't think this is going to take very long. The stitch count is 53 by 58. I am going to stitch it on a 32 count fabric. I decided that is what she stitched hers on. 2/2. Yeah, this should really probably only take like an evening or 2 at the most. I'll share my progress. The colors for the 50, you can use whatever you want, but I liked what she used. I think she used chalk, which I have, and I didn't bring in here, kitted up with this. Gentle Arts chalk and Weeks Dye Works whiskey were the colors she used. So I did pick I pulled the whiskey because I had it in my stash. And this fabric is 32 count R&R Mayflower Mocha. And I think it'll look pretty. I'm hoping it looks good. And of course, imagine then the white on there. So that is my plan. I'm really excited to stitch that up and get that sent to them. I just thought it would be something kind of fun and nice. And like I said, no intention. It's like she posted it at just the perfect moment. And I know her son is getting married. And so I think that was part of why she had posted it. I think this had been a class or something at some point. If I'm not, I might be wrong about that. And so I'm adding that into my stitching plans because I think it would be really awesome. And it's such an amazing accomplishment. And I love my parents. So there is that. In fact, what I'd really like to do, I probably will mail it to them because I'd like them to have it on the actual day, but they will be here like a week or so later. And if they fly, I don't want them to have to worry about taking it home. Yeah, I'll probably mail it. Because my grandfather's memorial service is in June. That's why they'll be here. Okay. So I think that is all of my stitching this week. Let's talk about some free charts. I have 2 to share with you today. One is a new free chart, and one is I found as I have started collecting charts for Red, White, and June, which is an event from Fat Quarter Shop, which is patriotic stitching, which is what I'm planning on doing in June. And I'm kind of starting to plan that, and I am going to share those plans with you guys next week. But this week, Shannon Christine, I keep pointing the wrong way. It's always opposite of what I think. I didn't print it out yet, but she has a mom mug on her Facebook page, and I thought it was so super cute. You could even, stitch it up and give it to your mom for next year. Obviously, it's Mother's Day now, but I thought it was a really cute little ornament, or even if it's something that you would want to stitch on Mother's Day for yourself this year. Also, she has 20% off of orders over $20. Cannot be applied to subscriptions, clubs, or gift cards, and expires May 22nd at 11:59 PST. The code is May 2023. So I thought that was awesome. Then the other chart I did print out, and I was actually just looking for patriotic stitches when I was working on the Sal stuff, and I came across this on Pinterest. This is an Emily Call pattern. It is a free stitch. You do have to screenshot it off of her Instagram. I have a link down below. Screenshot her Instagram and then print it out, or stitch right from there. But super cute. So that is my second free chart mention this week. Okay, we've reached the moment. Let's talk about our Flossiversary Summer Sal 2023. I probably overthink these things way too much. If this is your first time joining a Sal, some of my personal requirements for a Sal, the number one requirement has to be I actually want to stitch it. So it's always going to be something I actually want to stitch. I'm not going to just pick something because it's the popular thing or other people say, hey, let's stitch this. It always has to be what I want to stitch. If you want to stitch it too, then join in. It's going to be a little lenient. They're all lenient this time, but I'll explain that in a minute. So it's going to combine a summer Sal. Because I am in the United States and I love patriotic stitching, I know a lot of you do too. I know this kind of probably leaves out some of our international friends, and for that I am sorry. I am planning another Sal right after this one. So stay tuned, and hopefully that would be something that you would want to stitch. But Flossiversary Summer Sal, it's celebrating patriotic stitching and my Flossiversary, which is May 17th. I just don't want to start it then. I want to give you guys a couple weeks to gather up your supplies. So what I have chosen, let's talk about what I've chosen, and then we're going to talk about the add-ons for this SAL. And then I'm going to give you lots of options, because just like with More Chocolate Bunnies, if you stitch that, or even the Hello Autumn with Primrose Cottage, neither one of those were brand new. In fact, Old Fashioned from Shannon Christine, I don't think that was brand new either. I often like to stitch, I kind of look at this like stitch your stash. I went through what I had, my patriotic stitches, and I'm like, what do I want to stitch this year? And I decided on Cherry Hill Stitchery. I was going to use Cherry Hill Stitchery for the Easter SAL, and then I did a vote for that one, and it was so close, and I went ahead and stitched the Easter stitch anyway. So I opted to do Cherry Hill this time. So we're all focusing on Cherry Hill. I'm super, super excited about it. I do have to iron out. There's going to be giveaways and stuff, and I will announce all of those when the SAL starts. So don't email me asking what all the giveaways are ahead of time, because I will announce those when the SAL actually starts. I will have a post telling you when that starts. I'm actually gone the first several days of June, so I just need to get my schedule ironed out prior to the SAL starting. Hope that makes sense. In fact, my whole first week of June is kind of difficult. Not difficult, that's the wrong word. I'm gone. I'm going for a friend's weekend for quite a few days, and then like an extended weekend, not just a weekend. And then my grandfather's memorial service, and my folks are here, and I'm not sure how long they're going to be here or what all we're going to do while they're here. We have some things we need to do. So I will have to fit it in. That being said, I'm sorry, that's a lot. We are going to stitch. These are the two charts I picked. So I'm going to explain why I have two here. This is Stars and Stripes Forever, and then this awesome little basket with the flags. I've had both of these in my stash. What I think this is going to work. Now you can pick one or both of these, or you can pick another, Cherry Hill Patriotic, and I'm going to be inserting them all in here and showing you all of them, so, or at least what I found. So just stay tuned. But I am going to stitch these, and I think I'm going to stitch them together, and I think they're going to fit on the pocket paddle that we used for More Chocolate Bunnies. I want a patriotic one. I'm doing a lot of little pillows. You're going to hear all about that in my Red, White, and June information next week. So you could stitch these separately and make pillows, or you could make a hard backer finish, and I think I'm going to confirm that before the information goes up, which it will be up about the same time as this video, but I want to confirm. I think it's going to work. So what I'm going to do is I want to stitch the top, the words, and then I want to put in this, and then I'm going to extend some greenery out to the side. Like I may take out these greeneries, or a little bit of it, and extend with the little flourishes. It's going to be a mish to see. I don't know if it's going to work, but that is my plan. You can stitch them like I said, individually and make pillows. I have lots of pillow tutorials. I will have links to those. I was going to do pillows, and I am going to stitch one more and do a pillow. So like one of my other pillow tutorials. I won't do a tutorial for that, but I will do a finishing when I finish this. But I have this, I envision the pocket it's not the plentiful pocket. I said the wrong thing. I imagine the plentiful pocket like with flags and greenery and patriotic stuff popping out of the top, which is really what I want. I have patriotic pillows. I have other little patriotic pillows I'm going to make. I have a whole dough bowl planned. I don't really want more pillows. I wanted some sort of hardbacker finish. So I'm going to have options for this. I will share the options in the description. Options if you want to stitch just this, options if you want to just stitch this and finish it hard or into pillows. It's going to be a little bit more of a free form sal, like you can finish how you want. I will share a finishing tutorial at the end, but it isn't going to be like specific. It's just stitch Cherry Hill Stitchery Patriotic. So Red, White, and Bloom and the Stars and Stripes Forever are the two I chose. Now, the other rules for why I pick the sals that I do. Is there a download? These are both downloadable. She has some that are paper only, and I'm going to show you those, but these are downloadable. So they're very easy to get because you can just click the button and get them. The great thing about hers is you can get them from Fat Quarter Shop. You can get them from her Etsy shop. You can get them from Fat Quarter Shop, which is great. If you're ordering other things, you can just get them there. They're very easy to find in your downloads. I personally love shopping the downloadables that they have there because it's really, really easy to find. So, Stars and Stripes Forever, and I love our Red, White, and Bloom. And I think it's going to look really cute together. I'm actually thinking about charting it myself to see if they work out. I just didn't get it done. But either way, if you don't have time to stitch or don't want to stitch both, or you've already stitched them, one or the other, or any of the rest of these. So let me talk really quick. On the Facebook group and also over on YouTube in the community dashboard, I am going to have all of the information. I have figured out stitch counts for the charts for 16 or 32 count fabric or 14 or 28 count fabric, because those will be the same size of fabric. I have figured those all out for you. I have how big your stitch will end up, how big to cut your fabric. So I will also, in the download on the Facebook group, for combining the charts, I will have a different measurement for your fabric for that. So that will be included. I just don't have it here. More patriotic charts from Cherry Hill Stitchery. Let's say those are not brand new. You've stitched those. You want to stitch something else. Home of the Brave is a beautiful chart, and I'm going to insert them onto the screen instead because I don't have all of them. Is that the one? No. I think I'm going to probably stitch that one as well. So Home of the Brave is a great option. Next we have Liberty. Then we have We Remember. And I totally well, I'll talk about it in a minute. 1776. And that's a like more of a sampler-ish style one, which would be really pretty. United We Stand. And then we have the Blue House Neighborhood. So no words, but you can see the little flag, and I thought it was really cute. Kind of the vibes of a tiny town. Sweet Land of Liberty. And Land That I Love. Now, I did buy Land That I Love. I am going to stitch this. I am going to turn it into a pillow, following one of my pillow tutorials I already have, with the chenille trim using Lady Dot Creates chenille trim. So I will be following that. That is going to be another one that I am stitching. So lots of options. If you want to stitch along with my Flossiversary Summer Sal, please pick one of the Cherry Hill Stitchery Patriotic charts. If she comes out with something else between now and the start, add that one too. I'll talk about it if she does. But I love them. Now, it had to be something I wanted to stitch. It had to be downloadable. I will tell you, all the patterns I'm stitching, I have not checked every single one of these. DMC only. So there is no over dyed floss. There's no specialty floss like sulky or anything like that. It's DMC. It's going to be very easy to find. You may have it in your stash. Fabric for this, I will be stitching on a 32 count fabric. I have not decided exactly yet which one. I actually bought a few extra, or a few new ones. I think they're all fox and rabbit ones, to determine what I want to stitch on. But it's going to be somewhat of a neutral, I call it khaki. It's a neutral kind of color. So I would say if you're an Ada stitcher, there should be some great options out there for that. If you are a linen stitcher or a Lugana stitcher, you know, I want to say like your oatmeals and your light taupes and your mushroom, anything like that would look really awesome. Or you could go with a white. I would probably do like an antique white if you want it to be a little bit more clean and bright. So lots of options. It's very much a, what do you like to stitch on? You don't have to stitch it like everybody else. Now, in addition to that, I thought it would be fun to kick off the Flossiversary with a project bag tutorial. So, before the SAL starts, I'm just going to grab, I don't have what I ordered yet for the bag, but it's coming. It may even be here by the time I film this. I am going to film a tutorial. It will be a premiere, so I will be in the chat when the video goes live. It will be right before our SAL starts, so the end of this month. And that way you can ask me questions, and obviously you can always leave me questions later, but it is going to be a step-by-step how I make my project bags. I am going to do the project bags. I will be making extra that will be giveaways as part of our SAL. So the fabric line I am using, and I will give several options. I mean, pick whatever you want. If you have stash fabric, please use that. But I will give you some like current options, fabric options. If you want to pick up some fabric for it, I of course am going to make a patriotic bag. I have picked the Amy Smart Portsmouth fabric. This is a fabric bundle I picked up from Primrose Cottage, which is that collection. I am going to do the patchwork though. That is the bag I'm going to do. I just wanted to show you kind of the vibe. So it's that beachy patriotic vibe. And that is kind of what I'm going to go for. I will have a link to the fabric down below. Now, she doesn't have many charm packs. I don't think. I might be wrong. She's a Riley Blake designer. I don't think Riley Blake does the mini charm pack. I bought a jelly roll, which is 2.5 inches wide strips. I'm going to just cut mine down into 2.5 inch squares very, very easily to make my patchwork bag. And it's also going to give me a lot so that I can make multiple bags, so I can have a few for giveaways. A few things you're going to need, and I will have downloads for this or product lists if that doesn't work. I'm working on it. Soft and stable. The zippers I like, which are Atkinson zippers. Basting spray, which if you're going to quilt it, I will show you in the video why basting spray is so great. And then if you want to decorate with charms. So I will be sharing everything from constructing the charm pack front, how I baste and quilt the different layers, how to insert the zipper, adding the binding, adding a label on the back, all of the things. I'm going to take you through it step by step. So stay tuned for that. I thought it would be a really fun addition to our SAL to have let's make the project bag to house our projects in. And I think it's going to be very, very fun. This will be during the month of June. It'll be the celebration of Red, White, and June before we go into Christmas in July. Or maybe you stitch patriotic all through July as well, which could happen here. I don't know. I have so many patriotic charts that I want to do. But I'm very excited about it. I know it's a little bit more of a loose interpretation, but I think it's going to be very fun. I want you to pick one of those designs, and Cherry Hill Stitchery was one of my favorites when I picked up cross stitching again. I have a lot of her charts, and so I really wanted to focus on a different designer than my other sals. So if you have followed me, you know that I do try to pick somebody new for the sals, but they have to have the ability to have a downloadable pattern, because for the most part, I want everybody to be able to join in, and you might not have access to paper patterns. So she has a lot of downloadable patterns. She has some paper patterns, as I've mentioned. I will put an asterisk by the patterns that I showed you earlier down in the description that are paper only, or I'll put paper in parentheses or something. So grab your patterns, grab your supplies, look for the post. It's going to have lots and lots of information. So look for that. Okay, that was a lot. Quilting. I'm so sorry. This is a long one today. I knew it was going to be. I worked on some project bags. You guys saw this one. So this is it's just like the project bag I showed you last month, and this will be just like what I'm going to share in my video tutorial. This is made from the Moda Harvest Wishes fabric. I bought the mini charm pack. I shared it last week. Bought the fabrics, and then of course I think I already showed, but on the inside it's the pretty floral zipper binding, cute label, all of the things. I love it. So it's perfect. Now I can go put a fall project in it. So I'm actually working on something that I'm mailing off to a couple of friends. But I'm making more of the Ashley stitch cases. They are not done. This is just the quilted covers you can see here, but I made some for some friends, and so here is that. This is the Timeless, or the Home is Where My Honey Is by Timeless Treasures, which I absolutely love. And I know you've seen mine. I shared it a few weeks ago. So I worked on those, and I actually worked on some of the guts of the cases as well, but I didn't pull those out. But then, as I was cutting my fabric, I actually cut up all my scraps into 2 1/4 inch squares if I had just little pieces left. And I was able to make up 3 of these. I'll just share one of them. So here is one of my bee cases. And I actually just sewed in a little label back here. And a little bee charm from Cherry Chick, my favorite. I have lots of these, so really cute and fun, and a great way to use up your scraps. So if you have a lot of scrap fabric, cut it into 2 1/2 inch squares and sew it up into a little patchwork. And I think that is all that I worked on. I will show you this. So I said I had cherry blocks, and I do have one, but I don't like it, so I'm not using it. That was like a cast off block, like a test block. But I did make up these several years ago, and I've never done anything with it. I don't think I want to tear it apart for a project bag. Maybe I will. I don't know. I could probably get 2 project bags. But really cute. I used mostly Bonnie and Camille, some fig tree, Sweetwater for the stems, I'm almost positive, for this little mini quilt. And I think this is a little mini quilt pattern from Fig Tree Quilts. So I just was going to share that I found this. I've never done anything with it. I sewed this up 6, 7 years ago, maybe longer, maybe 8 years ago. I probably should do something with it. I may deconstruct a couple of the borders and end up making 2 project bags with it. That'd be kind of fun. I might work on that. We shall see. But I did want to share it because I mentioned last week that I knew I had cherry blocks, and I did go find them. Okay. Let's do a quick haul, and then we will do a quick stitchy mail and giveaways. So haul. I got my Floss Fix of Classic Colorworks floss from Fat Quarter Shop. Oh, I love the colors. So here's the colors this month. They are going alphabetical. I love adding to I love adding to my collection, and it really is nice when I just need to go pull some colors. So Floss Fix, it is a club from Fat Quarter Shop. I do the Floss Fix, which is Classic Colorworks, and I do the Floss Frenzy, which is Weeks Dye Works, and really adding to my stash. My Stitching with the Housewives month-to-month July pattern came. This will be part of my giveaway this week. That is the last in the series. The thing I'm most excited about in my haul this week, I signed up a long time ago, and I keep hitting the notify me. And it keeps saying you've already subscribed to be notified, but just in case, I thought. But I signed up a long time ago. That's Odin snoring. Apparently this is boring for him. I signed up a long time ago to be notified when the Color and Cotton Floss Club was available, and I got a notification, I feel like 11 o'clock at night, and you better believe I jumped on that because I wanted it. So I got the all colors, and this is the May, you guys, patriotic stitching. I already have plans for this, and I'll share that next week. I love it. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So I'm a dork. It's fine. But I'm very excited to get the Color and Cotton. Their retail location is opening. That is a shout out. Opportunity missed. They are opening up their retail location, I believe in St. Louis, Missouri. A couple of my girlfriends and I think we're going to maybe try to road trip it and check out their site. I'm going to insert a photo here that they shared on Instagram. Look at that wall of floss. Is that not beautiful or what? If you are in the area or within driving distance, check them out. Okay, quickly. Block 12 came. How many blocks do I have done of this? 1. I have another one cut up. Never worked on it. I'm going to take a weekend, not this weekend, but maybe in the next week or two before I go with my friends, and I'm going to sew all these up. I'm very excited about it. I'm really mad I didn't keep up, but I love this quilt. So that came. My latest Friesen season pattern from the Ornament Club kit from Crazy Annie Stitchin', but the design is from Annie B's, which is why I signed up, because I am just loving all Annie B's things. You're going to see that here in a minute. So that came. I don't know if there's spots. They did have some spots open. I shared a week or two ago. I don't know if they still do. And I know they'll be available at the end of the year. They generally make that previous year's available. So I picked this up. It's Threadneedle Street from Annie B's because I believe there's going to be a stitch along coming. That's all I'm going to say. It's not my stitch along. I'm just getting myself ready. I saw, oh, I forgot who. Stitching Amy. I'll put it along the bottom of the screen. I'm sure I said that wrong. She stitched Sunflower Row. I had to have it. I live in Kansas. I had to have it. And because of that, this popped up too when I was searching for it, the Annie B's Sunshine with the sunflowers, so I got this little one too. Why would I not, right? Okay, prepping for Red, White, and June. I love me some Emily Call stitching. I got USA. And if you guys have not seen Chantal's dough bowl with all of her red, white, and blue stitching, please check it out. I am going to put a photo in right here. Is that not amazing? She stitched this little guy as well. So good. And then I don't know why I didn't have these. I have a couple of others from her, but I want to stitch all of these as well. And these, I'm showing you these because wouldn't the color in cotton colors be awesome? So I also got Emily's Patriotic Flowers. So it was formerly Salt and Pepper Stitching. It's now Emily Call Stitching, just FYI. So those are added to my Patriotic Stitching. And then I did already show you all of the Amy Smart beautiful fabric that I cannot wait to do something with. Okay. Stitchy Mail. I am missing one card. My friend Jennifer Kinney sent it to me. I don't know that she watches this video. Jennifer, if you do, I'm really sorry. She sent me a beautiful sympathy card. I'll try to grab it for next week. It's actually on the mantle in my living room. First up, from Susan, she sent me a gorgeous card, and it's got a bee on it, so you know I love it. And look at the stitching. Absolutely love this. Thank you, Susan. But she also shared a pattern. This is America the Beautiful. This might be one of my favorite Stitching with the Housewives patterns. She says she stitched it and would love to pass it on to one of my viewers, so this will be in the giveaways today. Susan, thank you for sharing that. And I want to get it going in case you guys want to stitch it here for Red, White, and June. Then I have a sweet follower, Beatriz, from Spain, and she sent me the most lovely letter. I'm actually going to put it down here. And then she sent me this darling card. I love it. Look at her coloring. So Beatrice, thank you so much. She was so sweet. She said that her aunt would love my videos if she knew English, but she doesn't, and because she loves to stitch. And I thought, oh, that's so sweet. I love those kind of things. So let me cover up the return address. This is just has my P.O. box. This beautiful card came in this. When I opened up my post office box, I could not believe it. So Chris sent me this beautiful sympathy card, which will also be taking a little space on my mantle. Thank you for this. Absolutely beautiful. And again, just thank you everyone for your thoughts and your prayers and all of that. All right. Let's do giveaways. Now remember, I do not have announcement this week. I will announce next week, so it gives you plenty of time. There will be a link to the previous week's Flosstube, so there's still time to leave a comment on that video if you haven't already. This week I have 4 giveaways. 3 of them are USA only as normal. 1 of them is open to international in celebration of Mother's Day. Just because I know I don't have a lot of those to give you guys, and so when I can, I just wanted to this week. Let's leave it at that. So when I say this, know that for one of them, the rules are different. Please like and subscribe. Please be over 18, U.S. resident for all but the gift card, and answer this question. The question I thought it would be fun this week is, tell me what your favorite stitch that you've ever done. I may have asked this one other time, but you know, it's always changing and evolving as we stitch things, and this one's our favorite, and this one's our favorite. So tell me what your favorite stitch that you've ever done is, and who the designer is, if you can remember. I always love that. And if you don't want to give away, you can also answer the question and just, you know, let us know, because I think it's a great way for us to maybe learn about other charts or designers that we don't know about. So with that being said, leave the numerical number in the comments for the items you're interested in. Leave a 1 if you would like America the Beautiful from Stitching with the Housewives. And again, thank you so much to Susan for that. That is 1. Number 2, and I forgot to, you'll get the sticker as well. Put a 2 in the comments if you want Stitching with the Housewives month to month July with the coordinating sticker. 2. And then, kind of in honor of Mother's Day, I thought this would be a beautiful one. Put a 3 if you would like the Teresa Kogut Beauty Fades. And I know Chantal was stitching this at one point for one of her daughters. But I thought this was a beautiful stitch. So, and I will tell you right now, her charts are big. I can show you like a tiniest peek. Big in color, easy to read. I had no idea. These are very, very nicely done. So this is a 3. Put 3 if you're interested in that. And number 4, this is open internationally. Put a 4 in the comments if you would like a $25 gift certificate to Fat Quarter Shop. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope that no matter what you are doing today, that it brings you some joy. Thinking about everyone who might be having a tough day for whatever reason it might be. Know that there is a lot of us out there who are thinking about you and keeping you in our hearts. Again, have a wonderful stitchy week, and I will see you guys all next week. Bye. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to always be notified when I have a new Flosstube stitching or quilting video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.